All right, today we're going to get into something that I think everyone has felt at some point, the frozen face effect. It's all about why you probably look way better in real life, in motion, than you do in a still picture.
So think about this. You look in the mirror and you're like, okay, not bad today. You're feeling it. And then, bam, someone snaps a photo, you look at it, and you just hate it. You feel like a totally different person and not in a good way. Sound familiar? Well, you are definitely not alone, and it's not just you being weird. There's a real reason for this. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, the face you see in the mirror, that's the one you know best. It's familiar, it's always moving, but here's the catch. It's flipped. And our brains, they love familiar things. It's a real thing in psychology called the mirror exposure effect. But a photo, that's a static, frozen instant, and it's not flipped. It's how everyone else sees you. And that tiny difference, that unfamiliarity, can be really jarring to our brains.
And you know what? Science backs this up. Our own perception of ourselves is, well, it's pretty bad, actually. We are absolutely our own worst critics. We zero in on these tiny little flaws that, honestly, no one else even sees. So before you go on a deleting spree with your camera roll, let's look at the science that shows you're probably just being way too hard on yourself. Right, so this brings us to the main event. There's a real scientific reason you might feel unphotogenic, and it actually has a name. It's called the frozen face effect, or FFE. And what it is this scientifically proven idea that people are almost always seen as more attractive when they're in motion, like in a video or just talking to you in person, than they are in a single still photo, even if that photo was pulled directly from that same video. So there is this study in the journal Frontiers in Psychology that really put this to the test. They had people rate how flattering short video clips of people talking were. Simple enough, right? But then they showed them every single still frame from those videos and had them rate those too. And the results? They were absolutely overwhelming. And you can really see the difference here. I mean, look at that gap. The ratings for the moving videos were just consistently higher, way higher than the average for the still frames. So that one photo that you absolutely can't stand, just think of it as one single awkward data point. It's just one frame in this whole ocean of much more flattering moments that make up the real moving you. So, okay, why does this happen? It really boils down to three things. First, our brains are just better at processing moving faces. It's easier, it's more efficient, and our brain kind of likes that, which makes us see the person as more attractive. Second, when you're in motion, our brain gets to average out all those weird, fleeting, in-between faces we all make. You know the ones. And third, motion shows the whole you, your personality, your gestures, your smile, your energy, not just one weird frozen snapshot in time. And that idea of motion is so important. Because let's be real, attraction isn't about a static picture. Out in the real world, it's this dynamic, nonverbal dance. And a photo, it misses pretty much all of that. In fact, according to some groundbreaking research, a whopping 65% of our face-to-face communication isn't what we say, it's nonverbal. Think about that. Your posture, your gestures, all those tiny micro-expressions, they are telling a much bigger story about you than any photo ever could. Our bodies are basically sending out this constant stream of signals when we're into someone, and most of it is totally subconscious. We're talking about things like your pupils dilating, a totally involuntary sign of excitement, or mirroring someone's body language to kind of build rapport. Our voices change too. And you might even do this little eyebrow flash when you see someone you like. Let's zoom in on that mirroring thing for a sec, because it's fascinating. This is when you, without even thinking about it, start copying the person you're with. They lean forward, you lean forward. They cross their legs, and suddenly you're crossing your legs. It's your body's way of saying, hey, I get you, we're in sync. And it's a massive sign of connection and attraction. And our voices, they're another huge giveaway. Studies have shown that when we're talking to someone we find attractive, men's voices tend to get a little deeper, and women's voices might get a bit higher or softer. We don't even know we're doing it. It's our brain's automatic attempt to sound more appealing. Then you've got the eyebrow flash. Oh, this one's great because you pretty much can't fake it. When you see someone and you're genuinely happy or interested, your eyebrows just shoot up for a split second. It's this universal signal that basically says, hey, good to see you. And it's a really powerful, really honest signal of interest. Okay, so what does all of this mean? What's the big takeaway here? Really, it's about totally shifting how we think about what attractive even means.
And here's one last kind of counterintuitive idea for you that shows just how complex this all is. It's called the Intimidation Paradox, and it basically suggests that being, extremely attractive can actually backfire. People might act cold or keep their distance, not because they don't like you, but because they're just plain intimidated and assume you're out of their league. So the next time you're cringing at a photo or judging your reflection, I want you to remember this. The world does not see you in that one static, self-critical moment. It sees the whole package. It sees you in motion. It sees the way you laugh, the way your eyes light up when you're excited, the energy you have. That is what people are actually seeing. That's your real attractiveness.
And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. We get so obsessed with these single data points, a photo here, a glance in the mirror there, that we totally miss the big picture. So what if real attraction isn't about how you look in a still frame, but it's about the energy you bring, the vibe you give off, and how you actually make other people feel?